All right, ladies and gentlemen, emergency episode of Banter Rant. Yes, right now they will give you people information back to back like that. Enlightenment. That's what we do on Banter Rant on the emergency episodes and all the other episodes of Banter Rant. So yes, today we are going to have a conversation about a trend that has been happening. Arrest has been made, and people are questioning the legality involved in arresting people like that. Whether it is legally wise for the Ghana police people to arrest people based on the fact that they are using toy guns and things. On what grounds are they being arrested? What is happening? This particular trend has been happening for the past 2 weeks, you understand, with people buying toy guns and firing it in public settings and whatnot. But then, I mean, the laws for this country, everything we do, if I pass through the system where it will make sense for everybody to live his or her life. So, ladies and gentlemen, on this episode, we have done series of videos about this, current trend, but we need a perspective on what is going to happen. There's actually a new trend where they have, migrated or they are transitioned from using the guns to buying vuvuzelas and balloons and things. We want to know from a legal perspective, what are people to expect? And when you get arrested, are they arresting you on legal grounds, or they are just arresting you for vibes and inshallah? So on this episode, Yuda Brown is in the building with us. Everything cool.
Yeah, everything
Before
cool.
we proceed, I want to read this tweet. You tweeted this thing. I don't understand.
I think I know it.
1:22 a.m.
Yes.
1:22 a.m. That is Ahomache, right?
Yeah,
Dawn.
Ahomache.
I read, we need to criminalize sending heartbreak messages at dawn. Now I can't sleep. This is from Yuda Brown at 1:22 a.m. What is happening? Are you okay?
My page.
No, my pain. You mad. No,
You tweet them.
no, you tweet them. Why?
I was just remembering a kiss.
Remembering what?
It was a kiss.
You
Why then take do you?
No.
When you remember I'm at 1:22 a.m.
I know they sleep that way.
Bro, we need to. Why do you want them to criminalize heartbreak messages?
Boys, they go through them.
Boys, no, tell
Why
your
not?
story.
The boys
The boys,
be-
you are.
Oh, I've not experienced it before. I'm yet to.
So this
You are yet to. It means eventually you.
guy will pass here and you ever quit him. So I say, yeah, heartbreak. Yeah, no, yeah. Now, one will come a buna say muya. No
your
problem. But yes, Mr. Brown.
Yeah.
I'm sure you have observed what is happening in our settings, right? First of all, what is your general take about the current happening, the fact that people are moving like that? You have done a video about it, yes, but we need to re-echo what the settings do.
Yeah, so I think when it comes to the purchasing of toy guns, so toy guns is not an offense. Like using toy guns in Ghana is not an offense, but it's the extent at which you use it that becomes an offense. Yeah, so you're allowed to buy your toy guns, use it for playing, but then when you send it to the public field to disturb the peace of the public, then that is when it becomes an offense. Then you'd be jailed or you'd be arrested for disturbing the public according to section 207 of the Act 29. So I think it's a nice trend, but it should be controlled.
Okay.
If you are doing it at home, party, fine. But then when it comes to the public, we should just keep this trend away from the public.
Can you ask your question about the football field?
Yeah. See, I have. I don't want to ask a question even before that. Is it buying the toy gun is not an offense?
Yeah.
But the extent where you use them.
Yeah.
So does it mean the only effect the toy gun they have is disturbing public peace? Is that the only effect?
Well, it could be that that's the only effect currently. Per the police communique they released, they related it to Section 207. And Section 207 is basically disturbing the public peace.
The Public Order Act.
Yeah. No,
So it's not the Order Act.
Yeah, the criminal offense.
The criminal, yeah.
So if people buy the guns and let's say they go to a play field and they are shooting there's nothing wrong with that.
No, there's nothing wrong with that. If you seek permission to do that, then there's nothing wrong
What
with
if
that.
I don't seek the permission?
Well, then it might go against the rules.
On the football field?
Yes.
What about like what Medical did with
In
another
his house.
person in his room?
So when it comes to the concept of public peace, it's the sense that when you are going out, okay, let's say you are going to the market.
Yeah.
If you have an information that there's violence at the market, there's fights at the market, or people are disturbing, you might not want to go, or even if it's church. So the concept of public peace is that everyone has his or her right to enjoy peace at the public, such that when he goes to the public, he will not be disturbed. He can run his daily activities and all those stuff. So if you now engage in activities that are likely to disturb the public peace, then you would have to.
So in Medical's case, he was in his room. Was he endangering anything, or was he doing anything that would affect public peace?
I'm really trying to remember the.
There was a video
case.
in his bedroom when they were doing the pampana.
Okay, no. So with Medical's case, the recent one that he posted, no, they weren't disturbing the public.
Okay.
So Section 1 of the Criminal Offences Act has defined the public peace as outside, not even your private home. Like your home is private, so it's not part of their public peace. Public peace is anywhere in public that you go based on. I could even read it for our viewers for us to understand.
Okay. Kind of police.
Although the arrest is actually lawful.
It's lawful.
Yeah.
Okay.
The arrest is lawful. So
I'll always be right on this platform. You people will always be wrong. I'll always be.
the arrest is actually.
Maybe I tell them. I don't know why people. Anyway, they say they want to have.
They say they are just having fun.
Yeah, I don't think I can stop anyone from having fun.
To have fun.
Charlie,
do you even know they see themselves? No worry.
Oh, you go see them.
So the public place includes a public way, building, or land to which the public are entitled or permitted to have access. They are permitted to have access without condition. That means maybe without condition is a field. You can go without paying, or even on condition. Could be the playground.
Okay.
Still, when you're entering, you would have to pay before you enter. So any place within the public space that people are allowed or entitled to go. Your home, your room is not within the public space. So when it comes to medical issue, he's exempted or he's free from liabilities.
Okay.
Yeah.
If I buy the gun, nothing wrong.
No.
Carry go house, nothing wrong.
No.
The moment I enter a public place, we are shoot. But let's say even if I'm in a public place where it's just me and my friends, or no one is complaining that it disturb them, and we are just having fun. Is it disturbing another person? Let's say we are here, we go outside there, and then we just they play around. All of us, we understand we are just playing. Who is that disturbing? Where Ghana police go move car, then can carry everybody go.
Somebody where they pass, somebody they drive past, somebody they waka go buy tomatoes, somebody where they hawk. Somebody the hawk. The fact that the person no complain to you say he the warrior, no mean say he the warrior. Once again, the person maybe passing by to go to his house, what you are doing, it be peaceful to him. It truncate some things, it cross some things, but go feel complain to you. By the end of the day, technically, you the warrior.
That's why Ghana police can't catch me.
So you don't determine what the public peace is.
Exactly.
It's the law that determines what
it is the law.
Public peace is. Yeah. So regardless,
I can be doing it in my compound, and Ghana police can't carry.
No, your compound is not within the public area.
Yes,
your compound is your private site, so you are free and exempted from liabilities. You are not in the public space.
Okay.
Exactly.
Because I saw your video where you were saying that purchasing a toy gun is not a problem because the Constitution didn't state toy gun directly. But even I'm not sure the Constitution is supposed to state everything directly because it can say okay gun, and if you say gun, it could be toy gun, it could be original
or rice gun or mutu.
Mutu. As I would do mutu in public. So
when you eat mutu, is it punishable by them? No. Okay, no problem.
I stated that there is actually no law that says toy gun or purchasing toy gun is an offense. Now the Constitution has explicitly stated that Article 19, Clause 11, no one shall be punished for a crime unless that crime has been stated in the law. Now, if you check the Arms and Ammunition Act, the Arms and Ammunition Act has defined the arms which does not include toy guns. Now, when you check the stuff that are allowed to be imported to Ghana, it has stated that weapons such as guns are not allowed, but it did not state that toy guns are not allowed. So you'd understand that it is allowed. You can bring it to Ghana. That is why it's even being sold at the mall. It is allowed. You can bring it to
mall.
Yeah.
Oh, I mean, you can walk into Malcolm. Oh, no, is it ShopRite or something? And pay.
Exactly. So it's allowed. You can bring it to Ghana. You can use it. Just that the extent at which you use it, that becomes a problem. Yeah. So if you use it to an extent that it disturbs the public peace, then you would be held by the law. Also, if you use the toy gun to rob, because I recently watched a video on Crime Check if I'm right, where a guy was jailed for using toy gun to rob some people. So even if you use toy gun to rob, you would also
with the intention to rob.
Exactly. So it all boils down to the extent at which you use it. Some conducts and some acts are allowed, but then if you go beyond what is given to you, then you find yourself in problem. Content creation, videoing the public is allowed, but you can't enter into someone's private home and
start shooting.
Exactly. So we cannot say videoing in general is not allowed. You understand?
So there was a time where Dr. Laiki and his people went to, I think, one of the Achimota, and they were prevented from filming. And there were people on social media that argued that that place is a public place. Meanwhile, the mall is owned by a private person.
Exactly. So the mall, when you go to these malls, they have their policies.
Exactly.
There are some malls that allow content creators to shoot on the field. There are some malls that do not allow. When you get to the West Hills Mall, their policies do not allow anyone to take videos, even on the car park, except you seek express consent from the mall. So once it's a private-owned entity, then you are not allowed to.
Once again, could you show them one? Social media, 0.
I have a question. This toy gun trend, this will be the first time. When we were kids, it did the system. I know here, I used some before when I was a kid. I don't hear anything like police arresting. What does the law say about kids using this gun in public places? Is it different from what maybe somebody 18 plus they do? Is it two different things?
Okay, so when it comes to kids, when it comes to Ghanaians as a whole, individuals, we can group us into 3. We have people below 12 years, people from 12 years to 16 years, and people from 16 to, you can mention it. So regardless of your age, once it's a law, it applies to you. Just that once you are below 12 years, you can't be held criminally liable. But then once you are above 12 years, it's deemed that you have the mentality to understand your actions, then you can be held to the crime. So regardless of whether you are a child or not, the law will handle you. Just that if you are not above 18, then that is when you would be subjected to the Juveniles Act. But then if you're above 18, then you'll be handled as an adult who has committed a crime. So regardless of your age, the law applies to you.
In the worst case scenario, the 26 people they arrested, what is going to happen? What do you think is likely going to happen?
Also, I want to add this one. Are they going to be charged with a misdemeanor, or this is like a criminal offense?
It's misdemeanor, so it would be just, they would be given
a fine.
Exactly.
Because this is not like a criminal offense.
It is though, but
okay.
It's just misdemeanor. So and mostly in Ghana, except the person has done it continuous, the court will just be forced to give them a fine to pay.
Fine never also.
Oh no.
And I put it 7 CD.
Not really. Yeah.
So the people they arrested, are they going to be in cells for 24, or they just arrested them and they will go back home?
Well, I think I read somewhere where they mentioned that they had granted them.
They said they are going to process them for court.
Yeah, exactly. So they would arrest you. Once they arrest you, the police has 48 hours to process you to court. So if they are not able to process you to court within that 48 hours, then they would not necessarily free, but then they would release you. Yeah, they'll release you that you should go based on certain conditions. So it could be the case that they had released them, but they would still process them to court for the court to take. For the court to decide the case.
By the end of the day, I don't think like a jail term will come in.
No. But I think when it comes to matters like this, in as much as ignorance of the law is not an offense.
As an excuse.
Yes, sorry, an excuse. I've always maintained the position that Ghanaians are not really being punished because we are ignorant of the law. We are being punished because we actually do not know that this law exists. You understand?
But that is like, that amounts to ignorance.
Exactly. But then if you are taking it, if you are really thinking of it critically, if you want to say ignorance of the law is not an excuse, then the person needs to know the law and be ignorant about the law. I'm just talking of our educational system as a whole. Maybe if the citizens have...
I get what you are talking about.
Exactly.
When you know about the law
and you decide to
do it, that one, ignorance of the law is not an excuse.
Exactly. So
but if you don't know, you don't, because I'm sure.
But even if you don't know, the law still go me.
Exactly.
Right?
But I'm sure a lot of people don't know, say, using toy gun in public places.
Yes, because on social media, like once again, sentimental analysis, that when you go through the Ghana police, comment section, people are actually of the assertion that this is an abuse of power. Is that the case?
No, it's not an abuse of power. So traditionally, the police, their mandate is to maintain peace.
law and order.
Yes, exactly, and the public peace.
Yeah.
So anything that they find is likely to breach the peace of public it amounts to breaching the peace.
And that is determined in the constitution
Exactly,
or whatever.
exactly. The Act 29.
So
Even,
they act based on these things,
Exactly.
not according to their crimes
exactly,
and
exactly. And the Act 2, Section 207 has stated that even if the act does not breach the public peace, but then is likely to breach the public
Likely
peace.
serve the
Yes,
problem.
then so you'd see that with this gun, it hasn't actually maybe breached any peace. But then the police can even be of the perception that okay, this gun looks like the revolver gun. What if 5 people go into the public place that they are going to play with this gun? 4 people are holding the toy gun. 1 is holding the real revolver gun, and the bullet goes to hit someone. What will happen? You understand? So it hasn't yet breached the peace, but since it's likely to breach, they have to step in such that it would deter others from even taking on this act with, and even with people that have bad intentions would not even join this trend to think of doing this. Yeah.
2 things now. We have water pistol and we have toy. The other one now, the water pistol. That one too, they disturb public peace.
Have you seen the video of the guys in the car moving around,
Yes.
pressing it like they're spraying it on people?
That one
They are
to
disturbing public peace.
Exactly.
Right?
Exactly. Even when it comes to the water pistol, it's even a little more serious than the toy gun because exactly, because now with the water pistol, now there is water from the gun to you.
Okay.
And once there is once there is a harm towards you, or not even a harm, a contact, but then you have not consent to that contact. Maybe I touch you right now, but you've not consented to it. It's battery, and you'd be jailed.
Nokia
Exactly.
battery.
It's battery in law.
Battery.
In law, but it's spelled battery. No,
Say me battery. Me law. I don't know what battery.
it's battery in law. Yeah, so you'd also be held. Like,
So
but
that
then
one be serious than
exactly.
And even
Bow.
yesterday, the phrase they say someone can put something poisonous in the water pistol. then
Yeah,
they will take action.
Exactly.
That's what
exactly.
Problems.
Exactly.
But I've not seen the Ghana police take action for that because the 26 people that were arrested, everyone was holding the toy gun. But the water pistol people is like no
They
attention.
did it once and they stopped.
No, but if you go there, Kumasi, even the Sharma video, we had people holding the toy gun and people holding the water pistol.
So the law will catch up.
So then we go the water pistol too. So anything that has to do with pistol, then toy gun, for do
Not necessarily. So you see, with the people in the car, while I cannot tell their intentions, when you look at the video, you might want to consider that they are just creating content. You understand?
Nah, bro, that's not content creation. They were
Because
firing.
all these
Exactly. You might want to tell it's content.
We don't want to tell anything, bro. They are just.
But then with the trend in the Kumasi market and all this stuff, you understand that it's not more of content they are creating. They are deliberately doing that act. While they are enjoying it, people would want to come to the market. Some might be scared that what if one is actually with a real gun? What would happen?
That's
to
what
me?
people feel to
You understand? You understand? So once it's likely to even disturb the public peace. Okay, let's remove public peace from this side and put once it's likely to cause violence. It hasn't yet caused it. Once it's likely to do that, then you are breaching the peace.
There is an issue. There is an update on this issue where a former deputy minister of finance had to go bring his gun because people tried to use the bill bow in his presence and he thought they were like actually real guns. So he had to go bring his real guns like in this case, if the minister, the deputy minister had fired his gun and killed someone, would he be jailed or anything?
He could be jailed.
He said self-defense.
Self-defense.
That's what he said.
He didn't know it was toy gun.
Toy gun.
Yeah, he could be jailed. So even that was yesterday. My little brother in JHS was telling me that I need to do a video explaining to Ghanaians that self-defense does not necessarily mean you can kill someone.
Oh, nah. Boss, they are not catch that.
The Constitution allows you to kill someone if it's for self-defense. But then the principle of self-defense demands that you are defending yourself. You are not attacking the person. So anything. No, but I mean, if you have a chance to run away, you should just do that.
I don't have that chance.
Give me an instance with the Constitution self-defense that you are trying to protect yourself. In a case where somebody take gun, they won't attack me, or even a knife or something, and I have a gun on me. You are telling the best option is to run.
No, the harm you should inflict on the person should be reasonable, not to attack the person, but should be reasonable to protect you. No, so if you see he's about to shoot it and the only option you have is to shoot him back, then it's reasonable. You could do anything you want, but then it should be reasonable. Reasonable in the sense that you should target that you are defending yourself.
Who determines the reasonability of the whole conversation?
As at when you are approached with the harm.
Yeah, because
Wow, yeah. In this case, it's too reasonable.
I want to know what do they use to gauge reasonability?
Somebody almost kill me. We will stand court and go. I should have been reasonable enough to target his ass. Really?
No, so when you are approached with the harm,
Blow your head off, bro.
you could want to determine how reasonable it is to what the reasonable step is.
Oh, lawyer.
The person almost killed me.
Is it make I think about that?
The law is more focused on why you took that act or how you took that act. So if maybe the person is approaching you and you shot the person, the court would now ask if the shooting you shot was a reasonable step to defend yourself.
Okay.
If it wasn't a reasonable step to defend yourself, then you are at fault.
But this deputy minister's case, is it a reasonable step?
He didn't fire a shot.
No, he didn't fire.
He just brought
when
it
they brought the gun, they were shooting.
Exactly.
So he feared. We enter in cargo take a
Exactly.
gun.
Yes.
Before later, like then calm him that way realize it be toy gun. And he said he didn't know there's anything like toy gun training in the system. So he was just trying to defend himself. So assuming he shot in the reason is that I don't know there is toy gun in the system. I'm just trying to protect myself. In this case, is it reasonable?
like a probable cause.
I mean, likely.
Well, it is. Well, it will still be highly dependent on the case. So not you see, maybe right now you're telling me from a fact that they were shooting and he went inside to take his gun. Okay, so it could, if maybe they are directing the shot at him, it might be reasonable enough to take his gun.
Might? Charlie, is he
No, but even if you meet me, they give warning shot safe.
Yeah.
Whether it's directed to me or even it's in the air, I'll be scared because there was a video from Kumasi where a policeman, the boys they shoot like around the policeman in the air, and the policeman he knows that it's a toy gun, so he don't take any action. But in this minister's case, on the Joy News this morning, he said he tried to defend himself. So even though the gun, whether it's directed at him or maybe be warning shot, I don't know. But if he says he wants to defend himself, we have to see whether it's reasonable or not. That's what the court will tell him.
Yeah, but then I think by taking the gun is reasonable because once you think there is a threat to your life, you are allowed to take reasonable steps to defend yourself. He could have entered his car or his room, but then he might think, okay, that's not enough because they are a lot than I am. So maybe taking my gun and coming out to face them is reasonable. He took his gun, he came out and realized it wasn't a toy gun, so he didn't fire.
Okay.
He went back inside. Reasonable because we have assault, and assault, unlike the normal thinking that assault is when someone harm you. Assault is when there's a threat that is posed on you, not when someone harm you. When someone harms you, then it now becomes the battery. You understand? So once you think there is an assault on your life or there is reasonable threat coming towards your life, then you are allowed to take reasonable steps to defend yourself. Yeah.
Even though you have a licensed gun, you should know how to use it and when to use it.
Exactly.
Beautiful. Now, in my introduction, I said they have transcended or transitioned to blowing vuvuzela and Kofi Babe in public. Like you'll be walking around, you hear them blowing it, making noise and blowing air into balloons and like a whole lot of things. The balloon and the vuvuzela part two, is it a distorting public peace sentence?
Yes,
especially the vuvuzela because they make noise part.
So if you remember the last time I came, I mentioned that disturbing the public, making noise in public is actually an offense. You understand? So the court has already determined that making noise in public is disturbing the public peace. So once you are doing it intentional, you've not even seek consent from those around you to do this, to make this noise, and you are making this noise, then you are disturbing the public peace. So the police might want to come for you. But there are cases where the police will just want to ignore because they feel it does not really pose a threat on the life of others. But then with the toy gun, just as I mentioned, someone could bring in the real gun and with that it could harm someone. But then with the noise, it might pose a threat, but then they might see it as something normal and just release a communique out.
It's a law in our constitution. The police shouldn't sit down and determine whether this go pose threats or not. Because in instances like this, it's disturbing public peace. If at the blue vuvuzela and you are here to arrest me, I expect you to arrest all those pastors on the street before you come to me. Because in this case, I don't think even if the police go say they want to arrest the people, they would agree.
Yeah.
Because you've bypassed a lot of those who sell in those who sell at the markets with the Friday anything. Megaphone,
yeah.
You bypass all these people and then you come to me and then you are here to arrest me. What about the balloon people? Balloon no they pose any noise. So what about that?
So just as I mentioned again, the last time I came here, I mentioned that when it comes, I mentioned the Beggars and Destitutes Act, and I mentioned that the pastors are allowed to even preach on the road and take arms if it's for religious purposes. And I also mentioned the case where a pastor was sent to court for disturbing.
Yeah.
So when it comes to the pastors or even disturbing at large, but I see with the pastors, they are more of attestation plays and not really disturbing the public peace. Yes. So yes. So now when the people in the marketplace see that, okay, what this pastor is doing is making noise, then they can warn him to desist from doing that. They can report to the assembly, EPA, to warn him to desist from doing that. Now the law is saying with noise making, the Criminal Offences Act, that after you are being warned to desist and you still proceed to making the noise, then they would come for you for committing an offense for disturbing the public.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
And they say uka engine so now nam kromo to meet you. But
So
for the balloon people, there is nothing wrong, right?
The balloon people.
Yeah, the balloon.
Yeah, from my considered opinion, there is nothing
There's
wrong.
not so the balloon people.
Exactly.
And the vuvuzela, they are blowing in the market, ping.
Exactly, but once the police deems is likely to affect the public peace or is affecting the public peace, then they would come.
But what they are doing from your perspective as a lawyer, do you not see it as them disturbing public peace?
They are
blowing it everywhere.
They all blow at the same time.
Yeah.
Well, to me, I would say I don't think it's affecting. While it does, because it does not really pose threats to the public.
My hearing,
Masumbisi. You get ear tube.
Yeah.
Well, you asked me for my considered opinion. Just like
we are asking you on behalf of the law.
You see, just like the police too can, from their considered opinion, determine whether this act is likely to breach the peace of public or is breaching.
So what you are telling me is you can use your prerogative to interpret the law?
No. So I was driving.
Because the law is absolute.
Yeah, the law is there. So why police go?
Why do you have to?
So I was driving to a point that the police does not make the law. You understand? So the police is just applying it based on their understanding. Exactly. So if the police sees that this act is likely to breach or is breaching the peace, then he would come for you, process you before the court. Now, when he process you before the court, the police would now have to argue before the court that, okay, this act is likely to breach the peace. Then the court would now make the police explain why this act is likely to breach the peace. If indeed it's found that, or the court sees it's reasonable that the police explanation is right, then the court will determine or declare that, okay, it's reasonable that their act is likely to breach the peace or is breaching.
But the way the toy guns have become rampant in the society, don't you think we should place a ban on it to stop people? Because now it's all over. Then people have complained, people are still buying. People have now, if you go to Snapchat, people have turned that into their side hustle.
You buy shot a video where you were in and you were pressing.
Yeah, no, me.
No, don't lie, bro. You put his video.
Yeah, I just wanted that guy arrested.
Don't do that. Don't do that. We've seen a video where you they play plus the gun song.
I don't do that.
Okay, we see about it. We see about it. Because you know what you did.
So I think for me, I would say it should boil down to the education. Just let the people know that don't send this to the public. Who doesn't know that once you shoot someone, you'd be jailed for murder? So if by your own thinking you mix it with a real gun and go and shoot someone, yes, there is law for murder that would handle you. So I think it should just boil down to the education. And arresting these 26 people is education enough.
Okay.
To tell the public that toy guns is
deter.
Exactly, to deter the public, or tell them that using toy guns in public affects the public peace. Now, when people are arraigned before the court, the police also seeks advice from the Attorney General. The Attorney General can now determine that, okay, let's drop these charges against them. You realize that those that went for the demonstration, charges were dropped against them. So I think with this one, reasonably, to deter the public, they could just drop the charges against them or fine them by a reasonable amount, just to educate people and also make people understand that, okay, if I'm to use this in public, then I'm likely to be arrested. And trust me, they wouldn't do that.
But don't you think the fine should be attached? So that you see the Ghana police after arresting the 26 people, I feel like the fine should be public, so that anyone knows that when I use this this is what, because they'll find me, but I don't know how much it is. But if you put it out there that shooting in public, you'll be fined maybe 50,000, 20,000, then everyone is aware that the moment I do this and they grab me, this is what I'm going to pay. That wants to go add more public education. But if you say you just find them, now Obiaba, I don't know how they are going to deal with the cases. Let's say if there are 26 people, it is 50,000. Is it everyone that's going to be 50,000?
Yeah.
If they give them 50,000, everyone they will arrest 50,000.
Yeah. Because they are linking is a crime. And they are linking the crime to every individual. They are not a group or association that has done it together. It's every individual. So they link you to the crime. So once they link you to the crime, is
spread.
Yeah. Right. Exactly.
All right. Mr. Brown. Your last words to the boys and girls in the WhatsApp group who still want to fire the coin.
Those who are selling. The police for arrest the sellers more than the buyers.
Yeah, what your final take on the issue?
Oh, I mean, so I'll just advise them. You could buy your toy guns and play with them, but just keep them away from the public. The police, we should just understand the police from another perspective, that they are not just trying to come against us, or the government are not just trying to come against us, but then we are also approaching the elections.
Yeah.
So they are just taking reasonable steps to prevent violence, to prevent the unwanted from happening on the 7th or during the December. So we should just understand them from their perspective that they do not want us to do this in public. Then we should just drive away from that. And even speaking of Scanty's points on the education, why aren't they mentioning the fine? Assuming they mentioned that the fine for the using toy guns is 2,000. I would just go to public and disturb them with that toy gun. Exactly, you understand. So the police is.
Why would you want to do that though?
No, so you see, the police is mandated to educate, but then we cannot determine how they want to pass their education. We can only suggest. And per their communique, they had released that Section 207. So as a Ghanaian, it's your duty to go to the Criminal Offences Act, Section 207, and check what punishment is there. Because the Constitution, Article 1911, has said that no one shall be punished for an offense unless it has been stated for which the punishment has been given. So you'd understand that every offense that has been stated in the law itself has given the punishment. So once it has mentioned 207, you should go to Section 207, check what the punishment is. From my memory, it says misdemeanor. I've not wanted to comment on the fine because I can't tell the penalty unit it has expressly written. That's why I don't want to comment on it. But if it's with road traffic offenses, they have the penalty units. The penalty unit, legal currency, that is how much they want to charge.
Sometimes you say 500, 200.
Exactly. So one penalty unit, that's one legal currency is 12 cedis. So you just times
okay.
Exactly. The cedis times 12. Or the penalty unit. So if it's 500 times 12, the number you get, then that is your fine. So even with the people that the police have been collecting bribe in public, you'd realize that most of them even end up paying more than what the court would.
Oh, we'll charge them. Yeah. It's true.
Exactly.
Insurance renewal, 200 cedis. The police, they take 500.
Charlie, crazy, bro.
Exactly. So with even I want to help those that use the road. So there is available on the internet LI 2180. So once you go on the internet, once you are stopped by the police, just go on the internet, download LI 2180.
Police that you
as they stop you, now you go download.
Or even if you are before you use your car, once you drive.
If for day your phone
exactly. LI 2180. You could send it to someone on WhatsApp, because once you send it to WhatsApp and you open it on WhatsApp, they have the search feature. So once the police stop you, open the document, the police has stopped you for license. Just tap the search feature, type license. It will bring you the laws on license, or it would direct you to the section or regulation that talks of license.
Ghana police
But then, I mean, once they've stopped, you see, it's important to know your rights.
Okay. For this country.
Exactly. Being on the road for long.
You want to know your right with Ghana. By the time they go release you now, they are
being on the road for long, you realize that once you start to argue with the police, or they realize that you know the law a little bit, they now become scared, or they now want to.
Which police have you encountered?
Oh, I mean, if the police is not wanting to mind you or not wanting you to exercise your right, you could leave them. You have the headquarters there. You could report this issue to them. You understand? The headquarters might also have their ish, but then they would not want those at the lower level to be breaching the law. You understand? So they would want to come in to ensure that everything is settled. So you just need to know your law. Even if you can't argue the law with them, you know that okay, it's not right. Okay. What they are doing is not right. So I could call my lawyer to come in and defend.
When you think the thing
reach the headquarters, you that we are wrong, but the PB can. They will definitely take the money. Charlie,
Albine always win, bro. Albine always.
Once Albine grab you,
he grab you, bro.
Forget big mistake is going to headquarters. The headquarters and lose the another contest on this.
Anyway, well, I just a boys' contest. No. But yes, I mean, these are things that we are supposed to know in like a system where things they work. These be the things go feel
like they arrest you now that you put
yeah,
seat.
I sure say I buy self no know the airline thing you are talking about. So how you go feel?
I buy there be two things he did in my head.
License, bro.
The short code to check insurance. I want to be bossing star one.
But yeah, so ladies and gentlemen, conversation and we've given you people game. But if you still want to go out there and buy toy guns and disturb public peace, that is your prerogative. But when you get arrested, don't come on social media crying and say the police is abusing power. No, the police will not go fake come just arrest you because they want to arrest. When they arrested those people, they cited in their reportage that they are arresting them based on these things that they have, Exactly. So guys, take care of yourselves. For those who still want to engage in this activity because people want to have fun, if you buy Vuvuzela stuff where you go blow on for Market Square, you are still disturbing public.
Exactly.
How about you find some work, cut some grass, bro, find something to do with your life that will help you, bro, cut grass, find God, bro. You too old for this shit, nigga.
They won't learn how to play trumpet too.
I'll blow trumpet sometime back from me. So ladies and gentlemen, continue the conversation in the comment section and plug yourself, bro. Plug it. Then for no information.
Spell the handle. People know.
Yeah. So you could find me online as Yudah Brown, YUDAH, and the Brown is BROWN. Or you could search the Law Ghana and you can spell the Law Ghana.
The law.
Yeah.
No, I'll go catch him. I won't make I'll catch him.
I'll be the last time you bring car.
You don't say last
if
time.
I grab you.
You go.
They catch you.
No. But last time someone had a problem and the person needed bill. So we went to the police station to grab the person bill. Not even me, with the senior lawyer. Once the police saw me, they were like, "Guy, because of you."
They know you are worrying them, bro.
Exactly. So they were like, "Because of you, we are not going to do it." But I mean, they ended up doing it. But
okay.
Yeah.
But wait, so the bail thing, people actually do believe when they put bail on people, like they pay money to the police.
No.
That's not true, right?
No, when it comes to police bill is free.
Okay.
Even the IGP has said it on the police page is there. Police bill is free. Just go to Facebook, search police bill is free. You would have police official video. Once they want to take money from you, show it to them.
Hold on, we'll do it in next episode. Okay. Information, peace. Let's focus on toy guns for now. But yes, in our next episode, we will talk about this particular the building because recently when the demonstrators they were arrested
70,000 people.
Bro,
say where we get the
one
money
of
from?
your top influencers on there said they should set up GoFundMe so that they
to
raise
pay
money to him.
70,000.
I was so disappointed in our educational system, but I mean, it is what it is, bro. So in subsequent episodes, we will highlight and we will discuss some of these things. Information in there, we will give it to you whether you like it or not. Go and buy the toy gun and do whatever you want to do with it. By the end of the day, there are consequences, there are laws, and whether you like it or not, they will arrest you for causing public fear and panic.
And punish.